All right, Ed, back over to you.
All right. Well, welcome back to class. So, did everybody find the form and able to print it out? Yeah, good, good. That's a handy little. There's a lot of good information in the file section there, so it's good just to know how to get there and print it out. So, how many names did you get on the list?
I write slow, so I only got 5.
That's okay. That's a start. Absolutely. Good to see you, Brendan. Anybody else?
I got 40,
40.
but I only got C's in my list, so.
Yeah, good.
39.
39.
At 45, once I figured out that I had to type in ASEA United instead of ASEA Untied.
Yeah, let's make a difference. Yep. Good.
I got it printed.
You got it printed. That's the start. Good deal. There's no substitute for just good old paper forms. And, obviously you can make copies of it now and as many as you need. But the mindset to move forward with is just that imaginary scenario where you got a dump truck full of oysters dumped in your driveway, and you know that there are at least 7 oysters in that dump truck load of 7 pearls, in that dump truck load of oysters. And so when you start opening up and shucking them and there's no pearl, there's no big deal. Just go, they're in there. It's like the other exercise we used to use a lot with a deck of cards. And, there's 4 aces. You're looking for aces. So you're going to draw a card and consider it like prospecting. You're going to get some 1s, you're going to get some 2s, and you're going to get a joker once in a while. And you're going to get a customer. You're going to get someone who says no, but their aces are in there. And every one that's not brings you closest to the one that is. And so when you, how many of you went through and did some of the check marks and according to the letter pearls? You find any of that you could check every column? Check every column. Those are the pearls. So prioritize those top 10, top 20 or whatever. And, sometimes people will ask us, what would you do if you could start over knowing what you know now? And I often say what I would do is I would contact my chicken list. Or sometimes we refer to those people who have a lot of credibility, a lot of success, a lot of track record, perhaps a little intimidating to call, but I would call them sooner, simply because they're the kind of people they're big thinkers typically, they're decision makers, they're decisive. They've got, when they do make a decision, they typically have resources to follow through with. They have initiative, they have circles of contact, circles of influence. You'll move your business faster, quicker, if you contact your chicken list people quicker.
Ed, do you
Don't put
remember
them off.
remember the story in our last company? There was a story about this very humble gentleman, and he called his chicken list, and the guy who's the bigwig said you could hear this guy sweating on the phone.
I remember that.
Right? Because he was so nervous. And so what happened was it hit the man in such a way that he thought, oh my gosh, he really does think a lot of me, how flattering. And so he thought, well, shoot, you know what? Yes, of course. He asked him to check out the compensation plan for this company. And so he, just out of the kindness of his heart, because this little man was, really stepping out of his comfort zone. And so he did. And when he checked out the compensation plan, he said, well, I have to tell you, it's a darn good plan. And I think you should join this business. And I want to be your first associate. So what you're what you're teaching is so brilliant.
Yeah, well, it's just so true in this business. And so here's your quiz to kind of close out the class here today, folks. What's the worst thing if you call one of your chicken list people? What's the worst thing they can say?
I know this because you got me on this a long time ago.
Okay, some of you
you should have called me yesterday because I just signed up with someone else.
Yeah, that's the worst thing. Some of you mistakenly flunked the quiz because you said no. that that's the worst thing that they could say. That's not the worst thing. Bonita got it right. The worst thing you want to hear is, you know what? You should have called me last week. I just signed up with somebody else. Now you got to be happy for them, I suppose, but you know, that's a bummer to hear that. So your assignment, class, is over the next few days, contact at least 5 of your chicken list people, 5 of the pearls on that list, people, somebody who you've got every or the most columns checked off for that word pearls. Reach out and contact them, and just, you know, don't try to pitch them. Don't try to give them a presentation. Just use a tool. We've talked a lot about tools in this business. Tools just make hard jobs easy. Just use a tool, send them to say, in fact, one of our guys is having great success. Here's what he's doing. Here's what he's doing. He'll contact people even just on Facebook and say, may I ask you a question? Just simple, may I ask you a question? And those that say yes, he said, if I'm a part of something, it's really an amazing project. If I send you a video, would you take a look at it? That's all. And then he's sending the video, and he's just want to fast forward. He's working on another fast forward just by that simple, may I ask you a question, send them a tool, and then do the follow-up. So that's your assignment. Just reach out and call some of your pearls, because they're going to move your business so much faster, quicker. Just a real quick principle that works here, folks, is you know who you know who's on your list. What you don't know is who they know. And that's the powerful principle. I knew a guy named Bart Cotter. I didn't know Danny Doyle. Bart knew Danny Doyle, who knew Mal Sword. Some of you are going to get a chance to meet Mal. He's going to be in Colorado. He's coming your way here in a few days. I talked with him yesterday. He's in the country right now. And here's a guy that's helped expand our business to multiple countries. I didn't know him, probably would have never met him. And so there's a powerful connection here. I know when Bart called Danny was probably could have been on Bart's chicken list. I don't think Bart has a chicken list, but he was definitely, you know, again, you don't know who the people that you know. So that's your class today,
And so,
folks. Thank you for the chance to spend.
One last question, Ed.
Yeah.
That tool that man's sending, if I send you a video, will you watch it? What tool is
He's
he
sending
using?
the amazingmolecules.com into the presentation video, the breakthrough video,
The very first
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
the breakthrough video.
Perfect.
He just pulls
Ed,
that out and sends
Ed?
he sends the Vimeo link. Just that, he doesn't send him the whole website, just sends him the Vimeo link to that video. Yes, Peg.
The second worst thing, besides having them say I signed up yesterday, is
Yeah.
to go to convention, be sitting at the bar, look down the bar and see that they've already joined.
Yeah,
So you see
Yeah.
they're there and you're like, you know,
yeah,
like, yeah. Second worst.
yeah, that's very true. Very true.
Fantastic training. Have a great day,
All
everybody.
right,
Thanks,
thanks. Blessings, everyone.